Good morning, worms and germs. I'm gonna do a little recap of all the Disney pins that released in May of 2025. That's the year it is. Okay, lol. This should be a series that I do where I just, last day of the month, I kind of look back on the pins and see what happened. So let me know if y'all's like it. I'm gonna do it for a couple months and we'll see. We'll see. I like talking about resale, and so this is a way to incorporate it into Disney pins. I was trying to think like what pin encapsulated the month. I don't know, so I put two images on the screen. Pin wise, I put the Space Mountain Window of Attraction just because it sold out in seconds. I tried for it because I'm a silly goose. Didn't get anything. But it's interesting that this is a set that's released in the parks, but then they're releasing a couple of them on Shop Disney. And I'm going to be referencing Disney Store, Shop Disney. Whoopsie doopsie. And so then the second picture I put on here is the Disney Store, because and this could just be me, I'm like not super connected to the pin community at the moment, but I'm trying to like change that and get back into the groove of everything. But I feel like the Disney Store releases have been weird and wild and wonky this whole year, and I think May is like a good example of just how fast everything's going and all the theories about why things are going fast. I could be wrong. Let me know what pin that released this month you think encapsulate May's pin theme. I don't know, but every Tuesday I was on Disney Store, logged in, payment ready, didn't get anything. So let's get started in our little agenda. We're going to go over the pin events that happened or any updates about the pin events. Then we're going to move into like park pins and then DSSH, WDI, Walt Disney Center, all of that. In these recaps, number one, I know I'm not perfect. I am just a person. I'm going to miss some pins. There are pins I intentionally left out. I'm mainly focusing on park releases. Point two, focusing on park releases. I tried to do licensed retailers and it was way too much. Trying to figure out like Box Lunch, Pink Color Mode, Loungefly. So many people have a license to do Disney pins. I'm refusing to keep up with it. Unless they have a Clarabelle Cow pin, then I will put it in here. Or if like there's like a crazy, like people are like breaking into other people's cars because of like this Loungefly set, I'll talk about it. But I just can't do licensed realtors. I had slides in it, and then Old Navy came out with something and I was frustrated. So no licensed retailers, really focusing on like Disney manufactured pins. Cool. And then yeah. Point three, have fun, sit back, relax. I like to yap about Disney pins. I have this whole channel where I yap about Disney pins, so get excited. We are going to start with the pin events that happened in May. I'm only doing the Walt Disney World official ones. There are so many unofficial ones all the time. If you are in Florida or California, specifically the Orlando area and the Anaheim area, I'm not including those individual ones. They're pin events all across the world. I can't recap all of them. But we did have the Walt Disney World pin trading night that happened a couple weeks ago. There were like two exclusive pins. You got to do some pin trading, and then there were previews for upcoming pin sets, and then these three pin sets came out, maybe. These will also be in the parks. I want to say they're in Florida. I'm not sure if they're in California yet, but we had the trash cans. When this was previewed at the pin event last year, a lot of people were going to like these. I'm seeing these go for about $14 to $20 per pin. So I'm getting all my prices based off of eBay sold listings or whatnot. I'm going towards like the range of pins or the lower end of pins. I'll explain more when I see them. But about $14 to $20 per pin. I see these dropping. They're going to be very hot right now because they were like the new released bag. Give it a couple months. These will be a part of trading rotation. Then if we go right under that, when we have the Toys in a Box set, this released in the New York Disney Store. I want to say they were found there, and then they came to pin trading night. These are going for like $15 to $25 per pin. Very cute, very cute. Again, they're going to be very hot right now. They might trickle down a little bit once the boxes are widely available to everyone and on both coasts. I think both of these sets are also released in the UK, but I could be wrong. And finally, the 25 years of pins. Those are going for like 24 to 30 per pin. This is a box set as well. Again, I'm guessing that's going to be available for the remainder of the year. They'll probably leave shelves earlier because 25 years of pin trading is tied to 2025 specifically, but they look cute. They look cute. Other big pin event news. The RSP confirmations for Nifty 50s came out. Nifty 50s is like, what, a week away. It's in Disneyland. I'm going to have a whole video on Nifty 50 prices. And I'm so interested because I feel like people are losing steam on this pin event. I would have gone to Nifty 50s, but I didn't get tickets because I had to work. So very, very nervous for the Walt Disney World ones. But yeah, I just feel like people are losing steam about Nifty 50s. There's a lot of like for sale RSPs or like people selling pins. I've heard people are like getting most of the pins that they have requested. So like that's good. But then I also heard that like they have like pin trading tabs, so you can only go to the boards like 4 times. I didn't read over everything and I wasn't invited, so this is like secondhand information, but that's interesting. Very interesting. They also said they had on-site RSPs, so I'm interested to see if that's overstock inventory, if they're gonna have like special like day of RSPs of like frame sets or something you can purchase. We will have to tune in next week. And then the itinerary also came out for Nifty 50s, so if that means anything to you, there's that. And then this month, also the info on the Walt Disney World 25th Pin Celebration event that came out. That event, I have a whole other video on it. You should check it out where I go through the product catalog. But overall, the event is on September 20th at Coronado Springs in Walt Disney World. I think this is going to be the hot one of the year. I'm going to try, so I need you all to not try so that I can get a ticket. I've never been to a pin event, and I've been saving since the last pin event for this, so I have the time. I have so much time off and vacation time banked. I'm really excited for the Walt Disney World 25th. I just need to get the ticket, but that process will be in June, so I'll recap that in June. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. I feel like a lot. It's going to sell out very fast. And I think it's going to be the bigger of the two events, not to pit the events against each other. But that is coming out. And then for the lower tier, it's what, 150 per ticket, and then it's like 200 something for the upper tier, and then there's a special brunch. I'll go through all that later if I get tickets. If you never hear anything about prices and stuff for the Walt Disney World pin event, it's because I didn't get tickets and I'm salty and I don't want to talk about it. So we're going to move on to what some of the shared releases and what happened on Shop Disney. So not to be rude, boring stuff first. If we start on the right hand screen, we had the Disney Pin 25. They're doing these medals for the 25th anniversary. There's this rodent. I'm cosplaying as a Disney adult, so I can't tell you who that rat is, but I've been seeing it go for about $25. And then just to be extra annoying, I went to Disneyland this month, so I can like tell you what I saw at Disneyland. There were plenty of these available. If we move to the next one, this $92 Disney Fairy Tale Moments with Winnie the Pooh. It released on Shop Disney, sold out immediately. Again, because I'm the silliest of gooses, I tried to get it, couldn't get it. This is holding on. A lot of these that are selling out super quickly are dropping. Not my Winnie the Pooh. Not my Pooh Bear. So that's unfortunate. If we go up to the D23 Cinderella 75th anniversary, that's going for about $40. It's sold out, but it's not horrible on the resale market. Then if we go down to the Happily Ever After pin, we have Aladdin and Jasmine, also sold out immediately. It's going for about $40. It retails for like $23. I wanted it. I was supposed to collect this whole series, but me and Shop Disney really beefed this month. So this is the first one I didn't get, and I'm very upset. And yeah, I guess I'll survive. Again, the Windows of Attraction, that's going for like $84. Sold out instantly. It's also a lower limited edition size than the other pens on the series. I don't know why they put it on Shop Disney, but I didn't get any, and other people did. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. And then we had other D23 releases on Shop Disney. These both sold out immediately. That's kind of the theme with Shop Disney this month, selling out immediately. We had this Kermit the Frog 70th. That's going for about $50. Super cute, love it. But I respect Kermit the Frog, so beautiful. I also kind of like a lot of Muppet pins are coming out, which is very interesting comparing all the Muppet pins that are coming out, especially with like the Walt Disney World pin event, and comparing that to like the Muppets' presence in the Disney parks. But that's not what this channel is. This channel is just about pin. Then we have a Goofy movie D23 that's going for about 40. That sold out instantly, and I've seen this price drop a lot. It's not at retail, but there you go. For any Goofy movie collectors, this is there we go. There we go. Boom. Up next, more shared releases. Cool. The Inkwells of Evil, I saw a lot of those still in stock when I was at Disneyland, $26. Same with Pocahontas, $26 roughly a lot in stock. They're going for like a little bit above retail. They're nice. I know more came out for the Pocahontas anniversary. It's 30, right? It says right there. 30th anniversary of Pocahontas. A bunch more came out. That's the one I put on the slide. Cool. Up next, May the 4th, because it is May, so that's Star Wars. That means something to the Star Wars people. A whole lot of Star Wars pins came out. I just chose the box set so you can see the most amount of pins in one image. They're going for about $49 a box. These sold out like crazy. I know something released on Shop Disney, and like people were able to get the boxes, I think. But again, they're like all sold out. They sold out very fast. Wish I could tell you more. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I can't tell you a single thing about Star Wars. All I know is that Yoda is not in those pictures that I see on my screen right now, so I don't really care. So like, someone else is gonna have to step in and talk about how the Star Wars releases went, because that's not my forte. Don't know. The Graduation Day 2025 came out. That's about $24. That was available when I was in the park. Super cute. It is Pooh and Tigger. Love that for the 2025 graduates. I was a 2020 graduate. Still can't find that Disney pin for my graduation year. I'll never get over the fact that I graduated college in 2020. Y'all don't care. We're going to the Lady and the Tramp anniversary. Those all came out this past Tuesday. I'm filming on the final Friday of the month for context. Those, I want to say, moved rather quickly. The individual pins going for like 26 to 30 on those four on the bottom. So those are the lower ends of what I'm seeing. People are, of course, going to sell it for more, but I'm seeing like the absolute lowest that have been sold, about 26 to 30, depending on which pin. And then for the bone set, it's about $45 for a box on the resale market, and it's about $270 for a resale set. So I do resell just so y'all can see like what a pin is at release, how much it gets marked up, all of that fun stuff. All of that fun stuff. Cool. What came out in Disneyland? We had the 70th. That was the big thing. So I guess I can talk about that. Disneyland 70th. These pins came out. A bunch of merchandise came out. The little key things came out. There was new food at Disneyland. I went to Disneyland over the 70th. Did you watch my haul? I hope you did. From what I remember, the box set sold out, which was very upsetting because I wanted that Lightning McQueen one. I don't know if the Magic Key was available. Can't tell you if the lanyard was available, but like the jumbo that counts down to the 70th was available. The other ones were not. And then this castle one wasn't, and then the other jumbo wasn't. So like the bigger one sold out rather quickly. All of the other like 70th, like the very top row, plenty of stock for that one. The one with Mickey and Minnie on the 70th, there were fewer of those, but I feel like they're going to come out with more 70th stuff, you know? So this was just the very first batch, first crop. The boxes were the hottest things, I think. I'm guessing things will be replenished and restocked throughout the 70th. I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a wave B, C, and D for 70th pins, just so Disney can milk all the money they can out of us. Next, the Windows of Attraction. That was $55, and it was Tiki Room. I'm pretty sure that sold out. The Haunted Mansion Carousel, I'm seeing on a low end of 42 for the Charming Carousels, but I know that's a very hot collection right now, so I can see those going up, not only because it's a good collection, but it is Haunted Mansion, which is a fan favorite. And then the Parade is about $40. So all you Hercules collectors, you may have to resell or trade for like roughly $40 for this one. What's going on at Disney World? I feel like there wasn't a lot of stuff at Disney World this month. Maybe I'm wrong, but it felt like super slow for Disney World releases through the month, and then like that very last Tuesday was a lot of the Lady and Tramp stuff. Anyways, Disney Fairy Tale Moments, we have like this beanstalk. That's $30. This is not the Fairy Tale Moments people cared about this month, but there it is, $30. Cool. Then Dining with Disney, Cheshire Cafe is going for $50. That's fine. I was supposed to collect the Dining with Disney series and I'm priced out of it. 50 isn't bad. I just need it to drop way more. Way more. Whatever. I'll survive if I don't get these Disney pins. Cool. Disneyland Paris came out with a bunch of pins. I didn't check any of the resale for these. Sorry, I'm bad at being a YouTuber, but they're kind of cute. I like Disneyland Paris ones. I'm guessing Stitch is gonna sell very well. Winnie the Pooh, Tinkerbell. There was a pin trading night. There were probably exclusive pins that released. I want to say, actually, I don't want to say what I think it was, but they're like pin trading night exclusive pins. I don't think any were Clarabelle Cow. I think it was April when we got our Clarabelle Cow from Disneyland Paris. That's another reason I'm including it, is because right now there's been like one Clarabelle Cow pin release this year, and it was for Disneyland Paris. So shout out to Paris for knowing what's good. And then for other international parks, I really like this big like spinner set on the right hand side of like the Pixar movies. Super cute, super cute. And then these are some things that released in Tokyo. I really like the Food and Wine Festival pin with like the cheese and the fork. Yeah. I'm also putting in like the Paris and the other park pins to challenge myself to like be connected with the international pin community, because I can't really tell you what's going on outside of Florida and Anaheim. So I want to get better. I know there's more pins that release than these in the international parks. I just don't know about it. And so I have to go and search and find people who do cover pin content for international parks. So this is a good reminder for me, because I'm like, there had to have been more released this month. So I'll be on the search for it for next month. What are we up to next? DSSH WEI cast exclusive, anything that's not released in the parks but is still Disney manufactured. That's not like an authorized reseller. So I'm going to start with what I'm most interested in, but no one else is interested in. We got Thunderbolts pins. The marquee for El Capitan is going for about $60, which is a lot. I would try to trade for it. I feel like that'll be easy because I'm the only one that cares about Marvel, and then I didn't look up the price of the other pins. But they're probably not going to be sky high because it is Marvel. And then for Mickey's of Glendale, WDI came out with these fun little Muppets and Onward pins. So I didn't check the price of the two on the top. I'm just now noticing. Whoopsie doopsie. You're gonna have to forgive me. But they're nice. I like the Kermit the Frog 70th, like this reflection. Super cute. I'm guessing they sold out and they're expensive. It's so interesting to me that we're getting all these Muppet pins. I feel like we don't get that many Muppet pins. But this year, they're really like, we may be closing down Muppet Vision 3D, but you guys are going to be able to buy the merchandise. Don't you worry. We closed that little store in Hollywood Studios, but there will be Muppet pins coming up. Then we got the Muppets Adore box. This is the second or third series. Series 2, it says right there, for Muppet Adorbs. It's going for about $100 a box, and I didn't really check the price of the individual ones, but Adorbs tend to be a lot of money per pin, per box. But like an unsealed box is going for roughly $100. And then it's the something anniversary of Onward. So for about $80 a box, you can get these Onward Adorbs. So Adorb collectors, good luck. Have fun. Yeah. And then we had a new PTDs. So at the Disney Studio Store Hollywood, if you get the Pin Trader Delight Sunday, you get pins, and there were new pins released. Is it still called a pin flip? I need to brush up on my knowledge. We have 3 very interesting characters. We have Mirabelle from Encanto. She's going for about $49. I want to say this is Mirabelle's second PTD. She's an Ellie of $400. Then we have Dewey from the Rescue Rangers without the other brothers. He's going for about $27. And then the beautiful, gorgeous Roxanne from Goofy Movie, Ellie of $109. The lowest I've seen... She's an Ellie of $200. The lowest I've seen her go for is about $109, which is just very interesting. I know people are going to try to get that Roxanne one. A lot of people like Goofy movies, so I don't know why they randomly released a Roxanne pin, but I'm a Clarabelle Cow collector, so I can't talk about, like, why are you releasing this character? Because, like, I don't know, but I already have the Clarabelle Cow PTD. Anyways, 109. But I'm seeing a lot go for, like, 120 for Roxanne, so, like, maybe get, like, your traders up. Yeah. Other continued releases for the Lilo and Stitch. This was a California exclusive DSSH. The marquee is going for about 113. The other individual pins are going for about 40 to 50. This came out because of the new live action Lilo and Stitch. Did that movie come out? I don't know. I think it did come out. So there we go. I think the marquee is going to hold on to value the most. But there are other live action Stitch pins for those who want it. And then the Walt Disney Company store came out with a set that's called Happily Ever After. It's an alley of 300. I sigh because there's so many pin sets called Happily Ever After. Is that frame set that was Aladdin this month on Shop Disney not also called Happily Ever After? Could we not come out with another name? Another name, pretty please. These are going for about $100 each. I'm sure someone was excited for these. They're horses, and then they're their princesses and the prince. So we have Anna, Kristoff, and whatever their horses' names are. There's Ariel and Eric, Aurora and Philip, Belle in beast form, Cinderella and her prince, Mulan and her prince, Rapunzel and Flynn, Ryder, and then Snow White and her prince. Someone has to like these. I know there's a lot of people who like Disney horses. So these are going up because things from like Walt Disney Company store tend to retain value. And they're princesses, so it's going to be popular. Congrats to people that like this. Again, I said they're going for about 100 each. And about 700 for the set, which feels low for the set, but I'm sure someone is buying it for more. Not me, though. And then that was it. That was it. I wanted to keep it short this month. Hopefully this is useful so we can see resale value. I'm the only one that cares about resale value, I feel like. But then it'll also be interesting to see in a couple months from a year from now what these resale values are looking like for these pins in May. So let me know what you all thought about this style of video. I'm going to keep doing it, but if there's something I should include, get more resale values, get more international parks, do that. And then, like I said, I want to be more in tune with the pin community. Took a little break, but I'm back. So I'm going to be able to talk more about what happened during these releases and what it was like getting them in the parks. I'm not going to be at the parks, but like what people are saying about pins on that first slide. I'll be more in tune with what like the biggest pin release of the month was. So there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Maybe like the video, maybe comment, maybe subscribe. You don't have to, but I talk about Disney pins, and I'm trying to do more than just haul pins. I will continue to haul Disney pins, because that's just who I am as a person. Trying to talk about releases more. Yeah. There we go. Watch my other videos. Like I said, the biggest news of biggest May pin news was that I went to Disneyland, so I have all those pins. A lot of videos. I feel like I went from like not talking to y'all for like a couple months to like 4 videos in 5 days. It's a lot. I get it. I understand. But thank you. I don't know how to end a video, and I also really like talking about Disney pins, and there's like where else am I going to talk about Disney pins, you know? So okay. I will see y'all's later.